why Marie contacted you and what this research is all about.
She told me that you're having this for the university and for the graduate Pernod card experience.
Oh, there's your husband. I can see him in the mirror in the back of you. He's pacing.
He's not so supportive of me. He's supposed to be here beside me. But he will be joining me soon.
Good. Yes, because what we are doing is what we are trying to achieve is the following. We're doing customer experience research for quite some time. So we want to find out what matters most to people like you, meaning to the ultra high net worth and the high net worth individuals of the world. And we're looking at different contexts, meaning services and products that you might be using. We already conducted research in terms of super yachts, private aviation, jewelry, watches, high-end real estate, so all the nice things in life. And one of the new things that we are trying to explore was spirits and everything that comes with it, because we do know that some of the spirits are offered, either it's wine, cognac, whiskey, champagne, can be rather expensive, to say the least. So there are bottles traded for hundreds and thousands of dollars, So we were wondering what your experience in this particular context is. So my first question would be, when was the first time you ever heard of Pernod Ricard?
Around 4 years ago.
4 years. How did that happen?
It's because of the event that we attended. The first time I've met Mary, just because of the graduate dinner that they're doing. So yeah, that's where I get to know her. That's where I get to know the brand.
So it was not organized by the brand, but somebody else?
It is organized by the brand. Yes.
Okay. So how did you get on this elusive and exclusive list?
I'm sorry.
How did you get on this elusive and exclusive list of this event?
Oh, I got the invitation from yeah. We were at the yacht show, and then we got the invitation, and then that's how we got to know. But my husband knows the brand for sure for quite long.
Okay. So you have a personal relationship with them.
Seeing you. He's camera shy. So.
It's camera shy. That's not a problem. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Are you German?
I was born and raised in Germany, but the last time I spoke German was when I'm 18 years old, but the accent never goes away.
I knew Pernod Ricard, but I did not know Perret. That was
I have a question for you, because that's something that also seems a kind of a dissonance, because how people in the business think about their brands and how you think about their brands. The only thing that's important to us is how you perceive the brands, because often you have companies like Pernod Ricard that holds a portfolio of brands, but you don't have a relationship with Pernod Ricard. You have a relationship with a brand or a cognac or a champagne.
Yeah, and then you don't know. Most people don't know how many brands Pernod Ricard holds. How big that company is actually. Yeah. And there's a champagne here in Asia. I'd say Perret was very small until 5-6 years ago, 6-7 years ago maybe. It was not common that you found that in a restaurant or in a bar or something. You wouldn't see the brand.
I get to taste Pernod first time when I was still working in Macau. That was 2010. Yeah, and then again here in Singapore, but in Singapore they make it really big and grand and very good. Yeah, so they get to connect.
There's some very generous promotional events at
Yeah.
yacht shows and things, and because
And
they needed people to notice the brand, of course.
The brand. So it was kind of what we call brand awareness exercises.
Yeah.
So they used other events that normally will target their potential client, ultra high net worth individuals that you are, and co-branded to create awareness. Look, here's where we are.
And they did ball in Monaco, is it?
Oh yeah, the what was that called? Prince Albert's. What was the ball called?
Ball in Monaco.
Ball of
Monaco.
Ball of Monaco, something like
That was
that.
like
Yeah.
2-3
Our
years.
famous ball, yeah, according to the prince, where they co-branded it.
Prince Albert was here,
Yeah.
and we were lucky to be one of the guests as well. So
Yeah, the charity auction and.
Good for you. Congratulations. You mentioned that apparently 5-6 years ago, they become more prevalent or more present. How did they do that?
Well, we of course we saw the events that they had and those monthly dinners. There were dinners at very good restaurants, sometimes Michelin star restaurants, but in general all fine dining. It was basically all fine dining restaurants. Chinese, Indian, Thai,
Japanese,
French, all kind of foods, but always fine dining. And they organize those dinners, and at those dinners, the beverages that were served were the champagne from Pernod, and then a couple of years on, they started to also add Martell cognacs to it.
They introduced
the
Martell,
the very top levels of Martels.
And the people that handles the event, they're very knowledgeable, and then they tell us.
There was always an education of where the champagne is. How does a common champagne becomes a special champagne, a vintage champagne, and what's behind it, and how the bottles.
Educational.
Yeah.
It was educational.
Oh yeah. Yes. Always it was a lot of explaining. Always.
So.
Yeah. Do you appreciate that, the educational part?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you appreciate that so much? Tell me.
Oh, because you basically learn what makes the difference between the bottle A and bottle B, and why you have to pay more for some than for others, and why the taste change, why the color changes, why the bubble changes. You know, why some is in a dark bottle, why some can be in a light colored bottle, and there's a lot of variations to it.
So when you receive this kind of knowledge, how does it make you feel?
Well, you feel privileged to learn this, to somebody, that somebody makes the effort to teach that to you.
Not just they're there for because they have to host the dinner, but then they are there to educate you, for you to get more knowledge about the product and about the brand. So,
have you ever opened a bottle of champagne with a sword?
No, I haven't. No.
So I was taught by Pernod how to do that.
Yeah,
I bought a proper sword, and they told me how it is done and why it actually breaks. What is the reason of why it's even possible to do it? All the mechanics behind it. You may think, you just chop it off, metal and glass. The glass will break, right? So, but there is actually
Explanation.
There's an explanation why it breaks and what you have to do, where you have to find the correct spot. Every glass, every bottle is two halves. It's not one bottle. It's two halves put together. So you have to find the joint where that happened, and then you have to do with a certain technique, and that's how you make the perfect sabrage. You cut the
See, brush. Yeah. How does it
sabrage.
make you feel that you know now how to do it?
Oh yes, yeah. I'm an expert now. I can show off.
So wherever you go, now you take to parties your sword with you and looking for champagne bottles.
Or a heavy bread knife, but no, you don't use the cutting edge. You use the backside. You don't need a cutting edge. You just need a heavy dull blade. That's the best, because you're not cutting it. You're just giving it a shock, and then it breaks off perfectly.
Oh, that's great. I mean, that's marvelous. See, there's a connection that you will ever have with this brand that goes beyond just the product.
Yeah.
And every time you do the dinner, it's not just about educating, people and stuff, but then they also have like for you to take away. There's like a mini raffle that you can win.
Yeah.
Graduate glasses.
Yeah,
and
yes, yes.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like we've met a lot of friends also through that event. So it's like every time we've met, we were like saying, "Oh, this is the Graduate family,"
Yeah.
So we are like family, not just we're having dinner and stuff like that. So we are family.
Those dinners, they were quite frequent, almost once a month, and up to maybe 40, 50 people sometimes. No, not 50, but 30 to 40.
Yeah, before COVID.
Now those dinners are down to 8 people, because that's all that is allowed to meet in Singapore. You're not allowed to meet, and you're not allowed to walk from table to table. So it's limited to one table of 8, including the Perret host. So it's basically just seven guests and the ambassador of Perret. So it's different now, but they still try, still make an effort. And of course, if a company like Pernod goes to a restaurant and say, "Look, I want a great menu from you for my guests," and so the kitchens they put an extra effort what they serve, because it's also a good advertisement for them, because the target group comes to the restaurant not because they found the restaurant, but because Perret brings them there. Yeah. So those dinners are not free. You paid for them, but you still feel privileged to be asked if you want to attend. Yeah.
Especially now.
Yeah.
It's COVID.
You mentioned privileged. In what sense?
Well, that you have the opportunity to join such a meal with such good products, and it's really you get always the best effort out of every kitchen.
And then they serve the best champagnes as well.
Yeah.
So either it's the Belle Époque, Luong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
you mentioned the raffle. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? When you mentioned the raffle, you both light it up, the raffle.
I got 3 glasses already. It's like a collection.
Well, after every dinner, at the end, they collect
business card.
You collect your business card again, of course, to create a network also for them. They need the contacts as well. So, and then
so you give your business card.
Somebody will draw a card, and there's 2 or 3 presents: a Perret glass, a pair of glasses. What else there was? A bottle of champagne, thing like this, or a glasses holder at some point. So it's not a very valuable things that you're gonna win, but it's nice tokens that you can't buy. For example,
it's nice to have it.
Nice to have.
Nice to have. Oh.
And they just don't I mean, they go extra distance because if it's your birthday, if it's someone else's birthday, they give you a bottle of champagne. When it was his birthday, my husband's birthday, they send a bottle of Belle Époque to our house.
And the Belle Époque is one of the
highest range,
the costliest one. So no, there's no expectation from me that I will receive a bottle of champagne just because I'm attending the events, but they still do. It's very, very.
It's very nice how they treat the customers. I'd say.
So how did it make you feel when the Belle Époque arrived?
Oh, yeah, I was
Loved.
I was super surprised.
Loved.
Super surprised.
Loved.
Of course, it's like yes. It's not that they will like end from another dinner to another dinner, and they do extra effort, you know, to send you something, make them for you to realize that you are so much
The third member of the family. Yeah.
The child is at taekwondo lessons, but this one is
it's more than a child.
The other child.
So they're very generous.
Generous in comparison to.
Well, we attend a lot of wine dinners, and they are of course they are there to. They make those dinners to promote their brand, to sell bottles, to network, to.
But that ends there.
But that ends afterwards. What Pernod Ricard? We should not speak too much about Pernod Ricard because there are many different brands. They have different brand ambassadors and they do different things. We have our best experience is just with Perret, and Perret, they really, that team that they have here, they really go a long way. They go.
So you also had interactions with other parts of the brand which were not the same.
No, that's not true. The only other interactions that we had was with Mattel.
Yeah.
And that is just the same.
Okay. So you need to take this.
Answer that one.
Okay. No problem. You mentioned they go the extra distance.
Yeah.
So you compare them with other, but who are the others you are comparing them with?
He attended a few dinners with but it's a wine event, so it's wine pairing and sometimes whiskey pairing. But then I think whiskey pairing is not really good over dinner. Yeah, and going back to your question, it's just that they always have some things in mind to surprise you, to make you feel special, to make you feel love, family. I consider them as like friends and family, and 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 every time if they cannot send you to your home, what they did is like over dinner they bring a bottle of champagne for you or a special gift for you, something like that. So everybody is like wishing you happy birthday or a special occasion, having a baby or what, graduating or something like that. So it's special with the way they do things. It's very, very special.
Yeah, it's quite interesting from here to hear from you the terms love and family.
Yes. That's how I feel.
Right on this a little.
That's how I feel it. That's how I feel. And Marie, I'm very happy to have met her over dinner, over the event that she did. And yeah, she is my friend now in Singapore. One of my friends in Singapore. I don't have much, but yeah.
No, that's marvelous to hear, because to consider somebody family it takes a little bit more than just selling wine to you, isn't it? Or champagne.
Yes. But what we do is like we meet each other also, even if it's not the event thing.
Okay.
So,
So you have a personal relationship with her.
yes. So we try to meet other people also within that group, the dinner group, and so yes.
So it has a function way beyond just
Yes, just dinner.
exposed to
Yeah.
a treat. Yeah. What do you value then most about it?
Sorry?
If I may. What do you value most about it?
The friendship that we gained, how they made us feel special, how we get access to events and other special occasion that they have. Yeah. So
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
it.
Yeah, no, it was quite interesting because your wife talked in terms of love and family, which is very unusual in terms of a relationship between a client and a company. You know, you don't find that very often. But then
Okay.
your wife also was kind enough to elaborate on that, what that means. What do you mean by that? You, sir.
The
Is it
brand
the same for
ambassadors,
you?
they just happened to be very nice people, and we got along with them very, very well. So maybe not everybody, but with us it was a great relation. One of the brand ambassadors went back to France because of all this COVID. There's just not enough business at the moment, so he went back. He also did not want to stay here longer because he cannot visit family or anything. You know, you can, once you leave, it's very difficult to return if you have not a certain residential status. So he basically left, but we're still in contact with him because we just got along very well.
So see, family.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that doesn't reflect directly on the brand, but the brand employed this person, so the brand chose this nice characters, and obviously they were trained by the brand, and they're incredibly knowledgeable. The way how they can share what cognacs are special, what makes a cognac special, what does it mean, the abbreviation that's on the bottle, the XXXO, XXO, VSOP, what all this means, you know, and why it stays like this, and why on a French cognac, the abbreviation on the bottle are English. Martel is a French brand. XO means extra old. There is no extra old in French. It's not XO, right? So why does a French brand use English abbreviations on the bottle?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Because when the way it started,
We live at the Côte d'Azur, so we always assume everything in France on the Côte d'Azur is based on the English. You know, like
yes.
the promenade on. If it wouldn't be for the English, no one would even know the Côte d'Azur existed. Yeah.
So VSOP, very smooth, a very special old pale. So a very special old drum, but it's English, it's not French.
But before seriously, we don't know how.
No.
We were
I know XO, I guess is extra old, but I say why extra old on a why a French brand doesn't use a French abbreviation? Then there's an explanation.
In particular, the French, which are not very keen on using everyone else's language. Yeah.
You ask a question in English, you will get an answer in French.
Tell me about it. Yeah, we are familiar with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's really quite interesting, the stuff that you mentioned. It almost seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, that the the main benefit that you get out of it is, first of all, personal relationships.
Yeah.
And insights that you normally wouldn't have access to.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost seems like the brand is in the background. You know, this could be another champagne company, this could be another cognac. If they would deliver these kind of experiences, that seems to be more important than the product, because I mean, product is very good, but it appears to me more, if another champagne company would come in and would deliver that, it would be fine for you too. Does that make sense?
We done more champagne events from other makers. Krug, for example. Krug is by value, it's probably Krug is well above Perrier. And they served champagne that was exceptional high value. You know, I think the last 2-3 bottles they put on white gloves to serve. When they open the bottle, they put on the gloves that the jeweler puts on when he takes the diamonds out of his. So they were exceptional high value thing. And of course the product was fantastic and everything. But it was very professional, and of course the food was very good. But it was not as cordial. How you say?
No connection.
No, you did not connect on a personal level with that thing. So and we had Lanson also very good. Cut. And it was also, of course, the product very good, just the same. You cannot say one product is better than the other, but the way it was presented, Perrier did it the best way. Definitely, yeah. Dom Perignon, Dom Perignon we also did. So we go to a lot of these things, and of course they're always very good. You cannot say you cannot see any fault in what any of that. But the experience after. What Perrier did, or Pernod with their people here, it was a different almost more casual, almost more on a family like level, you know, like setting. No, not
business, not we're here because we have dinner and this. So they connect.
It was very, very casual, although it was in a luxurious setting. So you felt
it made you feel relaxed.
Yeah, very relaxed.
It almost seems to me, the way you describe it, seems like the others were out to get your business card and sell you something, while our people at Pernod were caring more about you as a person. Would it be a fair assessment?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Whether this is just because the ambassadors that they had here, or whether it is the general, if everybody has that experience, you may find out if you talk to more people like us. You will be the one to know.
We split you between my colleague and I, so we later on will then look at the transcripts and find out if there are similarities. You know, that's our job. That's very interesting. So, by the way, now that according to you, it's clearly the favorite people to work with. Is it therefore also your favorite brand? Does it change your behavior? Did you say, if I buy now champagne, I only buy from them? Or if I buy a cognac, I only buy a Martell? Or is it still, these nice people, but the champagne is better from somewhere else?
No. We still buy champagne also from other brands. But if we buy a higher value champagne, then we buy the Belle Époque, for example, from because the Belle Époque is such a great champagne. So if I buy a normal bottle, can be anything, can be Lanson or whatever. If I want something special, I will buy a Belle Époque.
But we have a few spots here of rosé. belly pork.
Or if I mean, if I say, okay, I want to buy 2 carton, 2, 3 carton to have it here, I will also buy from very sure. But it doesn't mean that I don't buy from others as well. So,
Yeah.
but high value, I would not buy from others. Let's say it this way. Yeah.
And then-
That's it.
They definitely got our loyalty. They got
Yes.
our brand yeah, they got that.
Yes.
They got that.
And they did. I attended one event of theirs with Jimmy Choo, and then
Mhm.
they gave me a
Yeah,
yeah.
the shoes.
They,
Yeah.
they gave me a bottle and then engraved our last name on it. It's so
Very
nice. It's
nice.
So we have
I
a
think
champagne
you can do
bottle,
it somewhere where you can see it. Yeah.
like it's engraved.
and we're not gonna drink it because of the name is engraved.
But they're very nice. Event was very nice. Although during COVID, that was like last October, I guess. Yeah. So they gave away the bottle. Of course, you're gonna buy shoes.
Yeah.
but we women, it's like shoes is necessary. It's important, regardless how many shoes we got. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. My wife always says it's when my ex-wife always said when I said, "Do you need a new pair of shoes?" And it's always N+1. You know, how many shoes do you need? N+1. So the number that you currently have +1. You know?
Yeah, women. So yeah, but that thing that they do, it's special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not any other champagne companies did that, you know. And it's not that they with a specialty with the name on it and stuff. Yeah, they're very good the way how they do things, I would say so. And they're very sorry because
Okay. Everything all right?
yes.
Okay. No, how did that make you feel when you saw your name on the bottle?
Loved.
Yeah.
Special. I feel so special because at first I did not know when Mary invited me. She said like, oh, would you like to join Jimmy Choo? And I was like, okay, shoes plus champagne. Who do you want? Right?
Yeah.
I was like, of course I'm going. Count me in. And then I brought the girlfriend. And so yeah, when I arrived there, she's like, by the way, we're giving away a bottle of belly pork for you with your name engraved on it. So I was like, what? So generous, right?
Yeah.
So every time they have event, it's like we must go. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Maybe if you're here in Singapore, you get to experience that experience.
By the way, do you now almost expect something special every time you go on an event, or is it more, no, that was special, that's not going to happen all the time?
Yeah, we know it's always good, and they just surprise you, you know. When you don't expect it, sometimes, you know, they're gonna give more. And yeah, they get better and better all the time.
So you don't expect to be surprised. You say it's nice to be surprised, but you're not going there and say there must be a surprise. You know,
No. Yeah.
because there's a fine line always between the two,
Yes,
isn't
but
it?
we are always looking forward to enjoy and attend the dinner because the food is always so good. Also, the way that they choose the restaurant, it's always
Yeah.
so good, and will leave you like, oh, yeah, will leave you like wanting for more, for always looking forward for the next dinner, something like that. So the last time they did, yeah, the last time they did with the 3 Michelin star. Oh, that's right, 2 Michelin and a lot French restaurants, and some pairings you wouldn't think that it's a good pair, but then eventually you get surprised because one time we went to Thai dinner, right?
Yeah, Thai. You wouldn't think that Thai food and champagne is such a good idea, but it
And
works very, very well, surprisingly.
Yeah. And we were like, oh, how is it gonna be like? But then when we were there, I was like, really good, really good.
Yeah. And one time we were at the dinner in a restaurant called Jan, which is one of the, if you name the 5 best restaurants in Singapore, Jan has to be in it. And these places, they normally they close at 11:30, 12. It's when they close. Huh? But we end up drinking there until 2 a.m. with the staff. So all the guests, the ambassador, and the staff in the restaurant. We managed to have such a casual conversation with everybody, and everybody is so relaxed and so comfortable that we were there until 2 a.m. But
and then when they do dinner, they just don't limit to 1 glass per dish.
Yeah.
So the welcome glass is like 3, 4, 5. It depends how fast you are. I would say.
It's you don't feel like you are in a very very controlled and strict, and now you have to drink this, and then at the next meal you have to drink this, and then you have to drink this, and it's and that's at most those events they tell you what you have to drink to what. With them it's okay. You wanna more of that, just have more of that. You want less of that, or you like this to this, whatever you want, you take it. And it's not 1 glass A, 1 glass B, 1 glass C. It's very, and that makes people also much more comfortable when nobody tells you when you have to drink what. There's the suggestion, of course, because the chef and the sommelier, they decide which champagne is best for whatever dish. But if you are different, if you want to have a beer to a fish, you drink a beer to a fish. You don't have to drink white wine if you prefer beer. That's the rough explanation. And with, for example, with Krug, you basically you have to finish your first glass and then you get the second. You don't finish your first.
Less flexibility.
Flexibility. They are of course they are much older brands, and they are all the brand ambassadors. They are total different approach. They are like the waiter in the suit with the bow tie. That's Krug. Somebody in a stiff suit with a bow tie. Very sure. They don't wear a jacket. So
I appreciate that.
Different. It's for a different. You get a different vibe right from the beginning.
They're very generous. They always anticipate, like, instead of like bringing few bottles for that certain dish or that certain event, they always go extra mile, and they always bring extra bottles, and then until the last guest leave. So they just don't limit to few bottles. They want their guests to enjoy. They want the guests to have fun. So it's them. That's why they are so generous. That's how I say. That's how I see it.
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Do you recommend them to your friends?
Oh yeah, we always try to bring friends with us. We always tell, we always invite our friends and tell them, look, come join us.
And we have another couple that keeps on coming with us also. Every time it's dinner, it's PJ dinner. It's like, much anticipated dinner if it's Perejuet.
Nice. So it's a special event. It's something that you mark in your calendar, so to say. Yeah. Oh, it's marvelous to hear. On a technical question, when you want to have your Belle Epoque, how do you order it?
There's Le Circle, I think it's called Le Circle.
Yeah.
Online
Platform. Yeah.
online platform. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not calling in, you just do it on an app or on the computer.
Yeah.
Okay. And how does it work? Does it work well? Are they reliable, etc.?
Yeah.
Delivery
Yes.
fast also.
Yeah.
So flawless. No issue.
Excellent. Well,
I think that's on this Le Circle you get all the Pernod Ricard brands basically. And once you start attending those dinners, then you have an account in there automatically. You just need to.
okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question based upon your experience with the champagne, which is so nice. When do you also consider their brand now in terms of, let's say, if you buy cognac, if you buy whiskey, if you buy gin, do you also look at the Pernod Ricard brand now, or is it more, no, we like the champagne, and for other things we have other brands that we like?
Oh, you buy a lot of.
I buy rum and gin. Mostly that's the other spirits we have, and their Pernod Ricard is not that strong, or it doesn't have those. They don't have my favorites. So so the answer is I look if they have one of my favorites, but if they don't have, then I go elsewhere. Yeah.
But it's interesting that you look, you know.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, you feel a little bit of loyalty to it. If you like one thing, you always look what else they have, right? You make an order, you may want to add something to the order. So.
Do you also use them, for example, if you host, I know currently it's a little bit difficult, but pre-COVID, do you use them to order for your parties at home or if you have an event?
Yeah. For our home, we order from them. Yes. Yeah. So we have always a large stock in our house, and we have a boat. We always have some stock on the boat, so it's.
So you own a boat. Very good. What do you own, if I may inquire? We do a lot of super yacht research, so I'm very curious. Yeah.
I have a Fairline 58. It's called Fairline 58 HT Targa. The HT stands for hardtop Targa. So it's basically you can put the roof back.
Exactly, you can move it backwards in order to have more space and open. Yeah. Interesting. You were saying? Sorry.
I cut for a bit. I just need to reply for a text.
Our helper is on the way with a child, so she messaged.
Okay.
Reply on that phone.
Sorry.
Okay, no worries.
You will stay on.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
That was very quick. Yeah. Now, do you buy spirits only for your own consumption or events, or also because in the Asian Pacific room area, it's also often common to use it as a gift? Do you use it for that too?
Yes.
When we go to a friend's house, we bring a bottle. Yes.
Always.
But I'm also in the construction business, so for them, I will buy wine, not champagne, because it's a different industry, and champagne is not the is the drink for bankers, not for construction.
No, but in Austria, when we go to a party or a birthday in Austria, he always bring because I think your friends in Austria loves whiskey.
Yeah, bring whiskey.
Yeah.
So
So-
different. We know what people like. So some
Yeah.
people like. I know if somebody likes whiskey, I bring whiskey.
So in Singapore, yes, mostly wine.
Wine. More
But
wine.
in Austria, when we go to a party in Austria, then normally he brings spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bring
that
rum
makes-
from the Philippines.
Yes.
yeah, they're different. Or it seems that cognac is very popular in China, for example. Yeah.
Yes, it's for the Asian. They drink so much cognac. I personally, I can drink 1 or 2 glasses. I cannot spend a night with a bottle of cognac. That is just not my idea of relaxing.
It might be also that it's cultural based, because for us as European, when we think about a cognac, that's something that you have at the end of the day in front of the open fireplace, but not something. But we also have people, for example, in the United States, they consume it as shots.
Yeah, yeah,
That-
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, but as the English say, horses for courses, you know, gusti diversi. Yeah, everybody has a different way to look
It's
at
like
things.
when I meet my construction customers, I cannot give them a box of champagne that would look. I would think it's not appropriate. If I bring a box of wine, it's fine. It's just you have to adapt to.
Yeah, to your audience or to you
Yeah,
whom you're catering to. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Is there, I mean, I really enjoy our conversation. Is there anything else you would like to add, you know, or something that you were thinking about that you might want to share with us?
Oh, we just want to say we appreciate the effort that they put in, that the brand puts in, and they do for us they do a very good job to make everybody feel so
To make it more enjoyable.
to make it casual. I would almost say to make such a luxurious experience so casual, because sometimes luxury gets served so stiff. And you don't dare to take your jacket off, and you don't know where to put your bag, and you don't want to touch the wrong cutlery, and you don't want to touch the wrong glass because everything is so stiff. But they make it very enjoyable while
Very
maintaining
relaxed.
the highest standard.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
It's like when you're with good friends, you can put your feet up on something. When you're in front of somebody that you know the first time, you sit straight. But it's more enjoyable if your feet is up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do at home, you know.
Yeah,
If you feel like family, you also feel free to do
Yeah.
this. You know? Now that makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
So thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule and sharing that with us. It's most appreciated, very, very much so. And I hope normally what we do, we feed back to you, because one thing that's very important, if you share your thoughts with us, we also believe it's very important that our clients, in this case Pernod, shares kind of the summary of what we find out with you, so you can see actually if there's some themes that you can relate to or things you weren't aware of, etc., etc. So if that's okay with you, we will send you at the end of the research what we call an executive summary from our viewpoint, you know, which is unbiased about what the experience is. Would that be okay with you?
Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. Then we will do that. I would love to hear more about your yacht, because we always like to talk to super yacht and yacht owners, but I guess probably we can do that at a different time, if that's okay with you.
Send you. You have your email address. Send him a photo.
Okay.
Your photo to you.
Great. Thank you so very much. So I wish
Yeah.
you and your son a marvelous evening, a great weekend, and please stay safe and please stay healthy. I know it's much easier in Singapore than everywhere else, so you're in a great place, you know. And I hope you will have a great next dinner event soon.
Yes, I'm so looking forward to it because the last time it was so good. Although we are eight, but then we are like in a private room, right?
Yeah.
So it's all of us like chatting all together, but then it's very, very nice. Yes. And thank you so much for your time. It's a very nice experience to share our thoughts with you. And I hope we can help with regards to your research.
You
And
absolutely did already, yeah.
and you stay safe as well. Stay warm. Oh, is it warm there yet?
Today, I mean, I live on the Riviera di Ponente, so it's not that bad. It's like 16 degrees today, sunny skies. We can't complain, you know. It's not as hot as it is in Singapore, but it's also not humid. So
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And it's very lovely meeting you.
it's a pleasure. I wish you all the best. Take
Thank you.
care.
Same to you.
Great day.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.